Hey guys, it's Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing this massive rally that Bitcoin has had overnight, a 7% rally that has brought Bitcoin up here to this downtrend of resistance. I've been talking about this downtrend of resistance for a very long time, and the reason for that is when and if we break this, this is the first of 3 confirmations that we need to confirm that Bitcoin has moved into a new rally, and we are going to be pushing towards new all-time highs. Bitcoin is currently testing this. The moment that it starts to break out, I'm going to be putting a leverage trade here on Bitcoin and holding it for the duration of this rally if I can swing it depending on how the market works. So guys, we need to discuss this breakout, whether or not it's going to happen today, the rally that we've seen, and of course the 2 other confirmations that we need to see to actually confirm that Bitcoin has gone into a new rally. From there are just a few pieces of news. One of them has to do with Elon Musk because Bitcoin is brilliant according to him, which obviously, by the way, Elon Musk is quite brilliant. In fact, a lot of people would agree he's one of the smartest plus richest people on the planet. So it's good to have testimony from him. We'll dive into this briefly later on. And also guys, we have a little bit of news to get to having to do with the Litecoin halving. As you guys can see here, the Litecoin halving has happened. The next one is now in 2023. Halving has taken place, and we did see a small rally on Litecoin. It wasn't anything major. Just like I said, guys, it wasn't going to be that big of a deal, but I do want to talk about this briefly at the end of the video. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure to smash that like button so that we can get ranked in the YouTube algorithm and bring the gospel of Bitcoin to ever more people. And if you're new here, also make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell because YouTube is terrible about sending people notifications when a YouTube video has gone up. The only way to be guaranteed you will know that a video is going up is by hitting that notification bell, so make sure you do that. Also guys, this is the last day of the sale on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. We've had nearly 800 people join CT2A now. In fact, we had 5 or 6 people join during last night's live stream, so welcome everybody. One person, Nico, actually commented on one of the videos recently. We have a lot of comments on these videos. This one was posted last night, or yesterday. He says, "Hey Jeb, I'm a third of the way through the course and really like the way you designed this course. It's also very well explained, not too much, which is important on this stage. Off to the next round, so long, Nico." So there's a shout out to you, Nico. I do appreciate that. We have tons and tons of testimonials like that. I can go through there and pull 100 different comments from CT2A and show you, but I'm not going to. Anyway, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. I want to get into what we discussed last night on the live stream because if you guys were with us, you will know that we started live streaming right around here. I saw Bitcoin push up around to around $11,200 right here. If we go into like the 5-minute chart, we'll be able to see a little bit better. I started live streaming last night right around here because I saw this pump and I saw that Bitcoin was testing resistance up here. It was getting pushed into this level by some moving averages. In general, it looked like Bitcoin was trying to break to the upside, and I had a feeling it was going to, and I wasn't really interested in trading it because I have a trade that I'm going to work on probably tomorrow, depending on when Bitcoin breaks out. We'll talk about that. But I started live streaming, and lo and behold, it seems like every time I start live streaming, Bitcoin does have a breakout. So Bitcoin started rallying from around $11,000 to where we wrapped up last night up here around close to $11,600. Overnight, Bitcoin pushed all the way up here to nearly $11,900 and has actually started to break an important downtrend of resistance. Right now we're testing it, but we're going to see if we're able to break that in the coming days. That is, of course, this downtrend, and I'm eyeing this downtrend very closely because, like I said in the intro, this is an important confirmation. If we break through this and we have a large amount of volume and Bitcoin doesn't have the strength to come back below it and test it, then that means that we are in the beginning phases of a new rally. And when we enter the beginning phases of a new rally, that's typically the best time to put a trade in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be trading this and keeping this trade public so you guys can see what's going on with the trade. I'm going to try to do that anyway. Sometimes, I mean, things happen, but I do want to show you guys this trade. If I'm able to make it and I like where it is, I will show you guys. I'm going to try and get the trade in up here, and I know this is going to be valuable for you, so we'll go ahead and dive into this. The way that I'm going to make the trade, and I'll explain why I'm doing it as well, is when Bitcoin breaks this downtrend with volume and does confirm that we're above this, and then we come down back and test it again somewhere in this region in here, I'm going to be putting a trade in. And I'm going to be having a relatively tight stop loss because if Bitcoin falls back below this downtrend of resistance, it's probably just meaning that the rally is over and Bitcoin actually isn't going anywhere. So I'm not going to have a very large stop loss for a little while. I'm going to put the trade in here, and the reason I'm putting it in here is because this is a confirmation. After we have this confirmation, it's much more likely that we are actually going to go on that rally. Right now, Bitcoin could correct at any time. Right now is the time to be taking profits. Literally $150 further to the north than where we are now is where you should be buying. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. That sounds counterintuitive, but a lot of times you don't want to be buying down here. You want to be buying up here, because if you buy right here, you're buying at the top, but if you buy right here, you're buying at the beginning or the kind of pseudo bottom. It's much safer for you to buy up here and then have a stop loss than it is to buy right here and have a stop loss, because it's much more likely that Bitcoin's going to fall right here than it is right here. After we've broken out, it's not as likely that Bitcoin's going to fall over. It would have normally done that at the resistance, not above the resistance, because even though stop losses are designed to prevent you from having losses, that's why it's called a stop of a loss, having to have a stop loss be triggered does cost you money, so you want to avoid having to use them if you can. Now, some other people in the live stream last night mentioned, well, Jeb, why don't you just kind of sell right here, and then if it goes down, then, well, you're golden, and and then if it rallies, then you buy back in. That's a good way to look at it. I'm not currently in a trade on Bitcoin. All of my Bitcoin's in an investing portfolio, and as you guys know, never shall the two meet. My investing and my trading never meet. They never cross. I'm not pulling any money from my investing portfolio to capitalize on that potential trade, so we're not going to be doing that. Anyway, guys, let's keep the train rolling here. Bitcoin is probably going to break this downtrend of resistance, but let's do some technical analysis to try to figure out if it's going to, because of course nothing's a guarantee just yet. Right now, Bitcoin looks like it's moving to the upside, so maybe it's going to prove me wrong in the recording of this video. That'd be pretty funny. But nevertheless, out here on the 4-hourly chart, we can see that Bitcoin is very much in a short-term uptrend. We're trying to confirm a longer-term uptrend to be clear on our terms right now. Should Bitcoin be able to break this, we're going to stay above this 20 exponential moving average, which looks great. We're bullish on the MACD. We're over the 0 level. RSI sitting up here around 80 right now, looking very, very healthy, definitely uptrend material. Out here on the daily chart, likewise, Bitcoin's RSI is getting into very healthy territories. I love seeing the RSI sitting up here between 60 and 80. That is a very, very healthy region for RSI to be in. When it's in this region, that is very much indicative of an uptrend. Right now, we also have bullishness on the MACD. In general, things are looking very good for Bitcoin. And also, one thing to mention, by the way, guys, is that Bitcoin is looking at 7 red in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That doesn't happen very often, and normally Bitcoin will never have anything more than 8 green in a row. The last time we saw 8 green in a row actually wasn't that long ago. It was right over here. But if you try and find the last 8 green in a row before that, you're going to have to go back literally years. In fact, guys, as far as I can tell, this is the last time we saw 8 green in a row, back halfway through 2017. Back over here, we saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 green in a row. That is extremely rare. I don't think that had ever happened in the history of Bitcoin before. So if we're looking at this base purely off of statistics, then we should see a correction in the next day or two because Bitcoin has been green for so long, but that doesn't mean that that's going to be a big correction. That red candlestick can be $1 tall or it can be $1,000 tall. All that means is that it's more likely that we're going to see some kind of red candlestick in the coming days. But how likely is it that Bitcoin's going to break this? I think it's quite likely, but let me tell you something. It actually doesn't matter in the slightest how likely it is if Bitcoin breaks this, because if Bitcoin does break this, then Bitcoin has started to rally and we have our buy position, we have our plan. You guys know, if you're in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, we talk about planning in here, how to plan and execute profitable trades. We also talk about it in risk and reward. It's important that you plan these trades and you plan them and you follow those plans, and then it's important that you execute on them and then follow through with the plan. Right now, I have a plan for a trade that will go very well if Bitcoin does what it looks like it's going to do, which I'm very happy about because that means that I've kind of already made money. But the reason it doesn't actually matter if this breaks out is because if it doesn't break out, guys, we just continue living our life. Bitcoin moves to the downside. So what? We buy more Bitcoin and we look for an entry position down here. It doesn't really matter. But if Bitcoin does break out, well, guess what? We already have a plan for a trade that we can make up here. So boom, we just get to make that trade. If Bitcoin rallies, we get to make a trade. If Bitcoin crashes, we get to make a trade. It doesn't really matter which direction Bitcoin goes because we have set our technical analysis and our own charting and our trading up in such a way that no matter what happens, we make money. It's a win-win-win scenario, and that's the way that you want to go about trading. Now, that's something that is going to take skill, and you are going to need training for that, and you're going to need to spend time learning these things. It does take a lot of practice, but at the same time, if you know how to do it, these markets are extremely lucrative, guys. You just have to be careful with your stop losses and everything while you're doing that. Anyway, that's pretty much what I want to talk about here on Bitcoin, but let's go ahead and look at the Litecoin chart for just a second. I want to dive into the Litecoin chart. As you can see, the Litecoin over Bitcoin chart has kind of just mooned here. It's got a very strong bottom being put in place, but Litecoin still has a lot of gains to be made to catch back up to where it was just at the beginning of this year, not even that long ago. Litecoin has a very long way to run if it wants to get back up there. I'm not convinced that it's necessarily going to just yet, and like I said in the previous couple of videos that we were talking about the Litecoin halving, guys, I really didn't expect the Litecoin halving to do that much to the price action. I told you guys that in both of those videos. I'll link one of them in the top right. In that video, I was talking about how a lot of the price action that's probably going to come from the Litecoin halving, it has to do with hype. It doesn't have anything to do with fundamentals. The halving in price on Litecoin is worth maybe a couple $1 million a day, which is not that much when we're talking about a multi-billion-dollar market. The fact is that a large majority of the price action that's going to come because of a Litecoin halving is going to come weeks in advance and be due to the hype that's built from the media. That's exactly what happened. Litecoin had a massive rally earlier this year, but it's actually been on the downtrend lately. Litecoin did not have a very large breakout in the last few hours because of the Litecoin halving so much as it was breaking out of this consolidation pattern right here. It may be true that the Litecoin halving brought a little bit of bullishness, and then after we broke out, that just kind of pushed us even higher. But guys, a 3 or 4% rally from the halving, it just wasn't that big of a deal. Exactly like we thought it would be, guys. But no matter, because there are plenty of other ways to make money in cryptocurrency. Let's go ahead and move on here because our friend and ally Elon Musk says that Bitcoin is brilliant and says it's better than paper money for value transfer. Well, thank you, Elon Musk. I do appreciate that, and I am very much looking forward to seeing what he does with cryptocurrency if he decides that he wants to get in on it. Because in a podcast interview with investment firm ARK Invest on February 19th, Musk talked about his views on the future of his companies and responded specifically to questions questions about his thoughts on cryptocurrency. To that end, Musk said he believes Bitcoin's structure is quite brilliant, adding cryptocurrency, bypasses currency controls. Paper money is going away, and crypto is a far better way to transfer value than pieces of paper, that's for sure. By the way, I want to point out, this is an older article. This comes from February the 19th. Elon Musk was saying this before the Bitcoin bull market began. Just to give you some context, back on February the 19th, Bitcoin had just had a small rally, and I'm talking a very small rally, back over here. It had just moved. Right there. We had this little rally. Bitcoin was trading right here. That's when he said that. So I'm happy to hear that he was bullish on Bitcoin before the bull market even began. He's not even a cryptocurrency investor, and he just so happened to make a really good call. I don't know if he meant to do that or not. Long story short, guys, Elon Musk is bullish on Bitcoin. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. Hopefully you're bullish on Bitcoin. Let's see what happens with Bitcoin over the next couple of years. Anyway, guys, I do hope you did enjoy today's video, and I also hope you tuned in for last night's live stream. If you didn't, the VOD is on YouTube. You know, I sit down and I want to do a live stream, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna live stream for like 45 minutes. 3 hours later, I look outside and the moon's staring at me, and I'm like, where in the world did the last 3 hours go, guys? This was so much fun. We may do another live stream today because I enjoy chatting with you guys so much, but that's not a promise. We're definitely going to be doing another one sometime this week, and I will announce on Twitter when we do that. I'm gonna start announcing that on Twitter to give you guys a reason to go follow me on Twitter. If you are interested in following me on Twitter, there is a link to do so in the description. If you're interested in following me on Twitter, the handle is @CryptoJeb, just the same way as it is here on YouTube. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Like I said at the intro of this video, I do want to implore you to check out the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy if you haven't already. Guys, it's very, very important. I can't stress this enough. It's so important that you understand how to trade these markets, and you understand why they move in the ways that they do, and you understand how to plan and execute profitable trades, and you understand how to use your gut feeling, and you understand what risk and reward strategies are, and statistics and probabilities, and market sentiment, and math psychology, and dollar cost averaging, and the differences between trading and investing, short and long-term technical analysis, how those two converge and diverge. It's important. Guys, it's important that you understand these things. You can go and learn them on their own. Yes, you can. Guess what? I'll say that. I'm the one selling this. You can go and learn some of this stuff on your own. But guess what? It's going to take you years. It's going to take you thousands of man hours, thousands of dollars, and it's going to be expensive and time consuming. Cryptocurrency is all about making as much money as you can in the least amount of time possible. You don't want to sit around and be trading 12 hours a day and make 15 bucks a day. You don't want to be doing that. We're investors. We are trying to make more money with less time input. We're trying to have our money make money for us. And to do that, you need to know what you're doing. And one thing that you do in cryptocurrency is you invest in something to get a return. The Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy with the coupon code 25K2019 as linked in the description. You can apply that at checkout and you'll get $40 off, $159 to get what I consider to be many thousands of dollars worth of value out of lessons that will teach you how to make trades. Guys, with what is covered in this course, you could have learned how to make the trade that I'm about to make that'll probably make several $1,000s if I'm being totally honest with what I think Bitcoin's going to do here. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if this was a very green trade, but to make trades like that, you need to know what you're doing. Like I said, our friend Nico has just joined the course. We can actually just kind of look through here on the comments on some of these videos and see what they say. Jamel Hook, I remember he was in the live stream last night, 24 days ago. He says, this course has been great so far. It is well worth the money. And Jamel Hook will also be happy to find that what he's discussing here is actually in this video, how to plan and execute profitable trades. If we go to this video, we have a lot more people also raving about the course. Our friend Kennedy here says, great video, Jeb. Thanks to you, I've learned a lot. Evelis Diaz, a very long time subscriber of the channel, says, great lessons here, Jeb. I'm learning so much from every video. Pascal Horsberger says, great video, thanks for this. Joe says, great video, Jeb. Guys, people love the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. I don't need to say it myself. I can have them tell you. There are many hundreds of people who have gone through the course and they're all really enjoying it. So guys, like I said, the sale is ending 24 hours from now. So if you want to join CT2A and you want to learn how to work in these markets, go ahead and check it out. It doesn't cost you anything to see what we have to offer. The link is in the description. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you smash that like button because it does help to spread the gospel of Bitcoin through the videos we're doing here. And also, if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button for listening through my rambling and my ranting. And if you're not new here, I want to train you guys to hit that notification bell because YouTube does not like to tell you when these videos have gone out in your sub feed. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Join the notification squad. It is free. I promise you there's no annual membership. When you join the notification squad, you will be updated every time a new video goes out, and so you don't miss any big moves in cryptocurrency. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much going to do it for today's video. I have a really good week to get to. I really do hope you guys have a great week as well, both in your trading and in your work and whatever you do with your life. But guys, like I said, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. I do want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.